name is Peter, and I'm a member and co-chair of New Brunswick ACORN. ACORN stands for Association of Community Organizations for Reform Now. ACORN fights for the rights of low and moderate income people across Canada on many affordability issues. Affordable electricity being one of them. Affordable internet. There's a number of different campaigns that we have both provincially and nationally, so please have a look at what we have and please make your voices heard. So today we're here regarding ways to fight energy poverty in New Brunswick. Now, New Brunswick has among the highest energy poverty rates in the country. Now, ACORN feels that people should not have to ever choose between food, rent, electricity, and heating their homes. So, what is energy poverty? Well, there's a number of different ways to define energy poverty. Now, for example, when your power bill is more than 6% of your income, you are living in energy poverty. So that is a lot of people that are really struggling right now. We cannot afford higher rates for power. Now, in April of this year, NB Power customers saw actually increases of 11.3%, when also NB Power is seeking a possible further increases of up to 19.2% over the next few years. Now, these are increases that New Brunswickers of low, moderate, or even medium income cannot afford because of things like the high cost of food, inflation, rising rents, medical costs, and other bills. We all need to keep in mind that emergency family situations can happen to everyone, and when it does, it can create great financial distress of families and individuals who struggle to make ends meet, none more so than those of lower or moderate income. Now, to give a little bit of history, in the beginning of 2022, the current Higgs government actually canceled a long-standing $100 yearly electricity rebate program that lasted 5 years.
Shame.
Now, this was introduced by the then Liberal government in 2017. While many said that that was a small help, it did on average help over 33,000 families in New Brunswick. Now, Higgs government canceled that program without any public consultations, without notice, and no reason was given for the cancellation. So to that I say shame. That is not good government. Now, with New Brunswick ACORN, our members know that that program was small and that there is much more needed to help people of low and moderate income in the way of affordability. New Brunswick ACORN launched our NB Tenants Vote election platform, and the elimination of energy poverty is one of our 4 key demands. So please have a look at that. If you want to see what that is, definitely ask us and we can give you that. Now, our demands of the next provincial government are to create a support payment system that covers up to 30% of low-income customers' power bills, and the immediate implementation of a province-wide moratorium on winter shutoffs. Right now what they're doing is they're saying if you're behind on your bill, we'll set up a payment plan. A payment plan doesn't work because you still have monthly bills coming in. You're falling farther and farther behind. We need a system that will help somebody to get that fixed up. Now, so how would that happen? What do we suggest as a solution to help those of low and moderate income to cope with ever-increasing electricity costs? Well, let's look at the Ontario model that addresses both a support system for low-income earners and will help people avoid winter power shutoffs. In Ontario, the province has the Ontario Electricity Support Program, which is the Ontario model to help low and moderate income seniors, the working poor, and disabled cope with the high electricity bills. It provides an ongoing monthly credit directly on qualified consumers' electricity bills. To give an example, in Ontario, a single person with an income of $38,000 or less can receive up to $45 off their monthly electricity bill. And for a family of 4 with the same average yearly income, they can receive up to $57 of their electricity bills. Ontario Hydro customers also may receive higher credits of between $52 up to $113 if they are using electric heating or using certain electricity-intensive medical devices. So seniors that need things like respirators hooked up in their homes, oxygen, this sort of thing, they can get a credit. That's something that we need to keep our seniors safe. Now, on the idea of a ban on winter power shutoffs, New Brunswickers of lower, moderate, or even middle income would need to have something in place if they are in arrears on their bills and at risk of an electricity shutoff. Ontario has a program for that too. It's called the Low Income Energy Assistance Program, or LEAP. This program is an emergency lifeline so people do not have their electricity shut off during the winter months. Customers who meet the eligibility in Ontario for this program can get up to $650 in emergency assistance for their electricity bills, and up to $780 if their home is heated by electricity. Now, New Brunswickers need a similar model to what Ontario has to help those experiencing energy poverty. It can be implemented here. We just need politicians like the current Higgs government to have the political willpower to implement such a program. It can be done if enough people actually call upon the New Brunswick government to do so. Now, one thing that people will always say is, wow, so low-income people get something set up, and yes, we pay taxes for those programs. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. New Brunswick, heavy energy, heavy industry, actually, sorry. Let's just think, we'll give Irving for an example. They're getting bulk power rate discounts. Why are they getting the discounts? What we've got to do is we have to have the government say, and NB Power say, sorry, but these programs are necessary. So if you are a bulk energy user, you are getting a rate increase to pay for that program. Yeah. And from an environmental standpoint, we have a number of people who are saying climate change and why is heavy industry not becoming more environmentally friendly? Well, let's hit them where their pocketbook is. Believe me, if they're paying more for their energy use per kilowatt hour, they are going to look at becoming energy efficient very quickly. Here, here. So that is a good idea. It just has to be explored, and somebody has to stand up to corporations and say, yes, this is what we have to do to help everyone. Now, that said, we actually have a provincial election coming up on October 21st of this year. One thing all of us can do is make our voices heard in this election. Now, NB ACORN has been hard at work speaking with MLA candidates during running in the election. We're speaking with them about affordability issues that both tenants and families face. Now, that said, we've heard from the Green Party, we've heard from the Liberal Party, and from the NDP. These parties are listening, so that's good news. Meanwhile, Higgs PCNB government has been quiet. They have not consulted with us at all. So that shows where their interest is. So if we don't want Higgs in office, then New Brunswick ACORN cannot truly affect changes to affordability on its own. We have a request of all New Brunswickers. In order to truly have our voices heard, and remember, this is our province, it doesn't belong to Irving, as much as they believe they do, it's our province. So we have to speak up, and we have to vote in the next election. Because remember, if we all do this, then the people united will never, ever be defeated. Thank you.
Yay. Yeah, so vote!